Hello, hello, good evening, or say good morning to everybody. How you guys doing? Now, some of us who've seen the Clone Wars from season one, the first episode of season one to the last episode of season seven, or eight, what do we call it? The last season, the last ending of the Clone Wars series. Um, there were so many Easter eggs in that program, even the movies. But as compared to some of it is Easter eggs from real life. When you look at the clones at the end of the movie and the cartoon program, you hear Palpatine say, "Execute Order 66." The clones do it, right? Now it reminds you of what Henry Kissinger said about the troops, our troops, that they do the orders without question, and some are left to believe the reason why they're going to war. Some are disillusioned of the reason why they're there in the first place without even questioning, but they start to realize something is wrong. It's kind of like Fives in on what happened to him. He discovers that his friend Kip or Kix, or his name is, starts to malfunction, mental malfunction, and he says, "Good soldiers follow orders." It's kind of like, what the Nazis, what the soldiers, the Nazi soldiers say. We're following orders. Good soldiers follow orders, and there is so much Easter eggs on real life in movies and books and video games and all that like that. So, and but there were a lot of questions that even our own troops have on the reason why we were there, why we were in Afghanistan, Iraq, you know, and it's so many questions on why are we really there, if 9/11 was a alleged inside job to go to Iraq and Afghanistan. Okay. See, history always has to repeat itself, but by force, by of a false flag. And when you look at shows like Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura, that show ran for about 2.5 years. So season three was they were in the middle of season three when True TV canceled it mid season. Season one and two were pretty good, but half of season three was like getting right up there in the holy shit, what the fuck moment there. And it's really at that matter of we were getting to stuff that we were really paying attention to. And there's things that some of us have watched these shows like the Clone Wars. There were Easter eggs For example, the attack on the Malevolence. That was a moment where that scene was an inspiration for that episode because of you had the British Navy going after the Bismarck. So certain current events was inspiration for that certain episodes of Clone Wars. And also in the Bad Batch, Rebels, other TV shows and movies, because they only show a little bit of the truth, only a little bit of the truth in TV shows and movies and books and video games and even in art. Because they don't want to give away all of it, all of the truth. Because when you really pay attention, because when you look at the clones, they got the chip in their heads, so they could be obedient. That is the animated version of the Mark of the Beast. Yeah, Mark of the Beast. And because they want obedient workers as they want obedient soldiers, right? Obedient soldiers. And when you look at the Vietnam War and World War II, there were things that our own government, our own military let slide. Because there were things that they want to get their hands on, like the kind of torture. And all that went to the CIA. CIA got it. And when you look at the waterboarding, the Vietnamese started that shit, and we got that from the Vietnamese, the Viet Cong, and all the shit our troops went through, we got that from them, not the Vietnamese. They knew how to torture better than anybody back then, And the Japanese, they had this lab which was now destroyed now. There was things that they did, and also what the Nazis did. I mean, they had experience on anybody, They did it while they were alive, and there were some things that they let slide, and some of that shit was also inspiration for in movies and comic books and video games, even in the Clone Wars, to a certain degree. But they had to tone it down a little bit to make it, And when you look at GTA 5, there was a way to torture somebody. You shock them, waterboard them, take pliers to remove a tooth, take a big old wrench, whether you hit someone in the nuts or a shin. But the way we do shit in this world is fucking insane, dude. Insane, yeah. Us Star Wars fans, we have our favorite clone. We have that one favorite clone. And some of us have maybe a couple favorites, a couple favorites and whatnot. But if y'all look at the season 2 trailer of the Bad Batch, Cody, this guy is in the show, the program. Now, after season 2, it won't tell us what happened to him, because he's still a stormtrooper. He's now a stormtrooper. Okay, Bly is still a stormtrooper, because they all have the inhibitor chip. Because for the longest time, when Rebels was on and Rex was seen for the first time in a long time, we're like, dude, it's Rex, man, And there were so many questions. Will Cody and Rex go butt heads and shit? Will Cody and Rex butt heads, man? And it never happened. We never seen Cody since episode 3 in the Clone Wars show. But the thing is, there's so much Easter eggs about real life in these shows, in these episodes. But the inhibitor chip is also an Easter egg because of what Henry Kissinger said back in the day, like years ago. He said, our troops are like mindless drones. They could be easily controlled by obedience. They could be easily manipulated. Well, not everybody that fought in Venom War, that fought in Grenada, that fought in the first Gulf War, the war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan. Not every troop they knew that there was a reason why we went into Vietnam, Grenada, the first Gulf War, war in Iraq, and Afghanistan. And now, if you look at Jessica Lynch, the woman, the female soldier that was captured, her platoon was found dead one by one mysteriously and shit, because they knew the truth. And when they knew the truth, holy crap, they had to die. They had to be a loose end. They had to tie off loose ends, man. That's like when SEAL Team 6 was in that Chinook. It was blown up. Everybody died. And when that was shot down, it's like, dude, 30 plus SEALs were dead. They had to shoot the chopper. An RPG hit the chopper. And everybody died. And there, someone was saying that Obama was tying off loose ends. He was. Now, here's the thing. The guy that allegedly killed Osama bin Laden, he's alive, okay? Now, if everybody on the Chinook chopper died when it was hit by the Chinook a RPG. How did he make it to the United States? Well, everybody in that Chinook, right? If the alleged person that took out Osama bin Laden, how did he make it to the States? Well, everybody on that Chinook chopper was killed by RPG. I'm thinking that he died along with everybody else, but they had someone else take his place as the one that killed bin Laden. Because if everybody in that Chinook died in the blast from the RPG hitting the Chinook, they had to take this guy out too, and have someone else play his part as the alleged guy that killed bin Laden. Just to tie off loose ends. To tie off loose ends. It was like a fan made video, fan made Clone War scene where he had 4 members of a commando squad going in and to rescue the senator being held by commando droids dressed like clone troopers. Then at the end of the where they found the senator, one of them got a message through his comm. All of a sudden, he sees this clone commando pull out his blaster, pew, take out Senator. If you pay attention to the whole entire program, and you realize one guy is controlling everything behind the scenes. I mean, I know who it is. I mean, it's obvious, Do it. Just do it. But the thing is, you look at, I mean, there's a conspiracy, right? The term conspiracy, but somehow, when Fives died, okay, when he died, the truth died with him, but Rex kept that in the back of his mind, But when Rex got the call, execute Order 66, and he managed to hold off until Ahsoka find Fives before firing on her, and that the point of the chip, the inhibitor chip, is the mark of the beast. Okay, the tracking, the whole mind thing, and the inhibitor chip is not just a behavior chip; it's also a tracking chip. Too, it's a tracking chip, and it's also an Easter egg, because when you look at these little RFID chips that people are getting planted underneath their skin and shit, it's a chip that could use as tracking too, not just for say information you got. That's in the little thing, it's in your skin, and they call it the mark of the beast. The RFID chip is called the mark of the beast, and that is what the inhibitor chip is in the clone's brain. Is the chip? It's the mark of the beast and shit, and they follow orders without question. Even if they feel like something's not right, they still have to follow orders without question. And Henry Kissinger made a point about that. That troops they have to follow orders without question, but how come you can't question that order? See, like the shooting at that grammar school in Texas. How come those officers didn't question that order? Because you always have to question the order. Question the order. We were only following orders. There you go. It's all a mind fuck, man. It's all a mind fuck. And Fives had his chip removed. It was intact. And the clone that killed the Jedi, his chip was on the fritz. They wanted to dissect him. I don't know if they did or not, but in the program, but that would be pretty fucked up because it's really all fucked up, man. Really, really fucked up, man. Straight up fucked up, dude. Like when you look at movies, like The Fugitive, it's about corruption in the medical field. Corruption, FDA, big pharma, all that shit. All that shit. You look at Shooter, Mark Wahlberg's character was hired to do a job, but he wasn't the one that killed the priest. It was done by remote control. I mean, you have those things happening now, and the shooter's been blamed when it's really done by remote control. You get your target locked on, he'll switch, shot. And V for Vendetta. You look at Clockwork Orange. You get Eyes Wide Shut. Shining, man. Holy crap. History is one big mindfuck, man. One big mindfuck, dude. One big mindfuck. All right, folks, this is good old Grandmaster Oven here. And if you're new to this channel, please share this video. Hit the subscribe button, hit a like, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed.